So you're on a date, it's someone that you like, and the date's just kind of going flat. Like there's just not a lot of fun, not a lot of excitement on the date, and you really want to turn it around. What can you do? Well, right now I'm going to give you 3 ways that you can infuse fun into any date. Check it out. Sometimes it's hard to know how to be fun, right? It's like, especially if you've been dating for a while, or maybe you've been out of dating for a while, and we kind of get into these ruts. One of my clients recently was saying, look, like, how do I be more fun? How do I lighten it up? How do I be more playful on a date? She's successful, she's a lawyer, and she's like, I kind of just ride in this zone. What tools or techniques could I use that could really help me be more fun? And so I shared with her some of the ideas that I'm going to share with you right now. I actually took an improv class not too long ago, and they shared with us some really compelling thoughts. And one of those is, think about little kids, right? Little kids don't have to work to have fun, do they? Like when you were a little kid, you were a 5-year-old, you knew how to have fun. You didn't have to get coached how to have fun. You didn't have to be disciplined to have fun. You didn't have to be trained on how to have fun. It was just natural. It comes to us, but there's a certain state of being that allows for the fun to just bubble up. One of those states of being is to suspend judgment. Judgment kills the fun. When we are worried about how we're being seen or perceived, or we're criticizing ourselves internally, that absolutely shuts down and kills the fun. So number 1 is suspend the judgment. Number 2 is being open, saying yes. Go before you know, in other words. It's that kind of yes energy. My daughter last weekend, I said, hey honey, you want to go see the aquarium today? And she goes, yes. What's an aquarium? Like she was willing to go before she even knew where we were going. That openness invites more fun. And the third state of being that allows the fun to emerge is to play in the present. What that means is, don't be so off in the future, like wondering, is this guy the one? Where is this going? Or above yourself, am I doing a good job right now? Is this working? When you're in the present, then that helps you open up to the fun that's actually all around us and opportunities to create fun. So put on that way of being, and it will put you in a prime state of having fun. Once you're there, now I'm going to share with you the 3 ways that you can actually create fun on a date. Think about a 5-year-old. When a 5-year-old goes to the park and they want to have fun, what do they say to somebody else at the park? Little kids will say, let's play a game. You want to play a game? Let's play hide and seek, or let's play tag. So a great strategy. You want to infuse fun? You want to do a pattern interrupt on a date? Say the phrase, hey, let's play a game. You want to play a game with me? Immediately you're going to have his attention. Immediately things got a whole lot more interesting. Game number 1 that you could play is called the point game. Now, this is a game that I have played on many, many dates, and it makes it really fun, and you can actually have a bunch of different games throughout the date and really invent games as you go that you can score points with. The object of the game is to score the most points. And you can say, hey, let's play a game. The game is, we're going to have a few challenges on this date. And you get to pick some challenges. I get to pick some challenges. I'll show you what I mean in a moment. Whoever wins the challenge wins the point. And the person who wins the most points at the end of the date gets to decide what the next date is going to be. It's that person's complete choice. Are you in? And the other person will say, yes. What I love about this is that it actually seeds the next date. It could seed something fun moving forward. So let me give you some examples of points that you can win and different games that you can invent. So one of the points could be, let's say you're out for a walk and you're having a good time. There's shops around. You could go into a candy shop and say, okay, here's the game. Here's the challenge. Each of us can pick one piece of candy. We show it to the teller, and the question is, if you could only eat one of these pieces of candy for the rest of your life, which one would you choose? And whichever candy the teller chooses, that person wins the point. Or you are at a bar or a fun place and there's a dart board and you say, hey, I'm going to challenge you to darts. The person who wins the point. Or play a pool game. Or it could be something as simple as guessing the waiter's age. We say, hey, how old's our waiter? Whoever gets closest wins the point. And then at the end of the night, whoever's got the most points gets to choose the next date. Fun game that you can invent all kinds of challenges for. Game number 2 is called Shared Story. And this is fun because it's a creative game that you actually don't know how it's going to end or where it's going to go, but the story gets co-created by the two of you. And so you can say, hey, I played this fun game and I would love to see what happens when you and I play this game or what we create together. And I start the story with once upon a time. I tell a piece of it and then I stop at some point in the story and then you have to pick it up. And then you tell a little bit and then you toss it back to me at a certain point and then we create this wild story together. Are you up for that? The person say, yeah. And so you say, once upon a time, there was this really hot couple on a date together. And that's a great actually place to tell the story about the two of you, and you can see where that story goes. As each of you share the parts of your story, it will be funny, it'll be interesting. It's even insightful because you kind of get to see how that person's mind works, and you create a whole lot of fun together in that moment. The third game that you can play is called Role Play Phone Call. And this one is a bit riskier. You want to do this game when the date is going well, when you're early in the dating process with somebody, and you say, hey, let's play a game. Let's pretend that each of us are calling our best friend, telling our best friend how this date went when we get home. And you say, I'll go first. I'm bring, 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 bring. And you're pick up the phone. I'm calling you. You're going to play my best friend. Oh, and they go, oh, okay. And they pick up the phone. They say, hello. And you're like, hey. So it's Matt. I'm back from my date. And man, we had an awesome time. And so if you were saying this, you could say compliments and praises and fun stuff that really affirm your attraction and connection with him. And you could say, yeah, he was much better looking in person than his photos. His photos were great, but man, he was even more sexier in person. And he's so intelligent. He had these great stories and these funny things to share. And I really appreciated the way that and just name the things that you appreciated. I don't know if we're going to see each other again, but I think we might. This guy's different. And then you're like, okay, now you call your best friend at home. And then he will call his best friend and talk about the date. Again, this is a fun, like third-party way to build attraction and create connection between the two of you. It's like this, but it's also more risky, okay? Because you're actually showing some of your cards. So those are 3 really fun games that can infuse fun into the relationship, that can create a pattern interrupt on any date and to take it from kind of stale and mundane and add a whole lot of spice into that moment. So now here's my question for you. How do you create fun on dates? How do you spice it up? Go ahead and post a comment in the comment section below, and we're gonna get a whole bunch of really fun, interesting strategies, things that we can do to improve our love lives. I appreciate you. Thank you for being part of this community, and I'll see you soon.